everybody. So today I'm going to be doing a little story time on why I quit my job. As you know, I'm a respiratory therapist and I quit my first job. Yeah, I did. Because of a lot of reasons. And one of the two reasons is because I realized I did not want to be in Orlando, and I graduated from college, and there's some people that move off to other places other than their hometown, and then there's some people that move back to their hometown, and some people like their hometown and some people don't. And I feel like I was the type of person that didn't like it. And I moved home because I wanted to be closer to my family and my friends from high school and stuff. My mom died and everything, and I just felt like I wanted to be around family and stuff and just be there around them. But it wasn't what it's cracked up to be, because all my friends, I've been friends with majority of my friends for 5+ years. My best friend and me have been best friends since probably 14 years, more than half of our lives. My other friend, we just been friends a long freaking time, and I talk to them all the time. Whether I'm in freaking Mexico or something, I still will talk to them as much as I do, as well as my family, of course. So that just showed me I can be in a different city and have a good relationship with my family and my friends like I do. So yeah, I didn't want to be in Orlando. It just wasn't the city for me. I just feel like it's not a place that I wanted to have my life and do my life. And yeah, I wanted to move in a city like Atlanta, where a lot of upcoming people, and I don't care what nobody say, I am up and coming. So a lot of upcoming people, especially black people, can advance and learn new things, network, and all this type of stuff. So I felt like Atlanta was a city for me to move. So I applied for a job in Atlanta after about 2 months of me living in Orlando. And I was like, I want this job. I don't want to live in Orlando anymore. It's not for me. It just was a bit too much for me. I want to be in a different environment, new people, new vibes, new energies. So I applied for a job in Atlanta and I got it. So yeah, that's where I'm moving, to Atlanta. I'm super excited about moving to Atlanta. The sun needs to come back out because I can't use my ring light right now. Okay, but yeah, so I'm moving to Atlanta and I applied for a job and I got a really good job in Atlanta and I'm super excited about it. So the second reason that I quit my job is because my job, and I knew about the job description before I did apply there, but I didn't take it serious. Okay, so basically what they told me when I was gonna start there, you will be on the floors for a year. I'm just like, no, I'm not. 6 months, I'm gonna be in ICU. But no, I got to the job and people were really on the floors for a year, 2 years. No, I don't know. Floors, if you don't know, if you're a respiratory therapist, or if not, that floor work is simple as hell. You just do breathing treatments, PAP therapies, you do vest therapies, you do ABGs, you do trachs, because people on the floor have trachs. You do real simple stuff that gets really repetitive and really boring, and you don't get a chance to elevate and use critical thinking skills, in my opinion, at all. So it's just it's just really repetitive, and it's not something that I wanted to be doing for 1 to 2 years, because I felt like I was dumbing myself down. And I just no, not when my classmates are intubating already, not when they're all in ICU doing all this other respiratory stuff that is way advanced than just this. No, I don't want to be doing breathing treatments all day. Honestly, patients can do that on their own. CPAPs, patients can do that on their own. They do that stuff on their own. Patients do that stuff on their own. I don't want to be doing that. It's just like, it didn't give me a chance to use critical thinking skills. It was just really boring and repetitive, and I wasn't learning and I wasn't advancing myself like all my classmates were doing. And I didn't go to school. We all went to school, like all the ICU therapists and the floor therapists, we all went to school for the same things, to do vents, to help doctors, you know, to make recommendations to doctors as far as respiratory. Like we did not go to school to do breathing treatments all the time and to do PAP therapies all the time. Yeah, so I did not go to school to do simple stuff like this, okay? And like, yeah, it's a part of being a respiratory therapist, and I don't mind doing it, but I'm not going to be doing it all the time. You know, I'm not going to be doing this for a whole year straight or 2 years straight. No. And at my job, they made it seem like ICU therapists for this elite group of people, which they weren't. We're all the same. We're respiratory therapists. We have the same skills. Maybe train us a little longer, because I was trained for 6 days, and maybe train us for maybe like 2 or 3 months, and we can all be in the ICU at the same time rather than waiting 2 years and having to train us again, go through like an 8-10 week training to be in the ICU. No, that's not how it works. I feel like you should just train us floors and ICU. All of my classmates were trained longer than me, and they're more advanced than me. Some of my classmates intubated already. I don't have time to just be on the floors doing these simple breathing treatments, something my 4-year-old niece could do. No, I didn't have time for that. So that is why I just couldn't do that job anymore. It's just like, it's really dumbing me down. It's making me feel like it just was really boring and repetitive. Like, no, I'm not going to be on the floor doing this stuff all the time. No. So, currently right now I'm traveling, okay? And I'm traveling and I'm learning a lot more. I am in the ICU, and I'm learning a lot more. I'm using like critical thinking skills. I didn't on the floors, like what is it, like asthma? Okay, half the time we all know these patients didn't even need breathing treatments. So it's like, I'm giving the breathing treatment, I'm not really knowing why they're getting it. Like, I don't know the reasonings behind it or anything like that. Like, no, it's just like asthma, COPD, breathing treatment. Give them look at their x-ray, they got atelectasis, give them the Metaneb, give them the PAP therapy. It's just like, come on, it's just real repetitive and you don't learn much. So yeah, I had to leave that job because I wasn't learning anything. And I wasn't going to go to Atlanta and not know anything at all. So that's why I'm doing traveling now. So now when I go to Atlanta, I can know ICU stuff and I can be a little more advanced, rather than going and getting trained on the job. And when they're training me, they think that I wasn't a respiratory therapist for a year because I didn't know shit. So, yeah. I don't like that, and I should have been like, yeah, because I was offered more than one job, but the job that I was offered before was a contract job in Orlando, which I'm glad I didn't do, because I decided I didn't even want to be in Orlando. So it was a 2-year contract, so I'm glad I didn't do that, because I didn't want to stay in that city. I would have to pay off that contract. But so yeah, I didn't like that at all. So floors is just really boring after a while. Like, it's not much, you know, it's not advanced. Like, you know, as a respiratory therapist, you have to think really fast, like in like the ICU and stuff. You don't have to think fast on the floors. Like, in some situations, yeah, if the person's coding, yeah, you do have to think a little, well, not a little, you do have to think fast, but there's a lot of other people with you. So, it's not really that hard, but it's like, what am I going to think fast on the breathing treatment? The patient heart rate is up, so don't give him albuterol? Okay, then don't give him albuterol. Like, what am I gonna, like, okay, he has a pneumothorax, so don't do the PAP therapy? okay, so don't do the PAP therapy. It's not really much to it. Like, it's simple. In the ICU, they do a lot more than just that. Like, you can't put them on certain settings or you might put a hole in their lungs. Like, you have to know specific settings to put them on. You have to look at their ABG and put them on the right settings if their CO2 is too high or low, stuff like that. It's just like, you have to do a lot more, and of course it's a lot more than that, but you know, you have to use critical thinking skills rather than just, you know, simple stuff. If you all get what I'm saying, you know, a lot of respiratory therapists, you get what I'm saying. And I want to know, you guys tell me, comment below if you made it this far through this video, which I really hope you did. Tell me, would you stay at a job that had you on the floors and made it seem like ICU therapists were a lot better and knew a lot more and were made way more advanced? I felt like they gave them special treatment. Like, it just wasn't a feeling that you should have. We're all like respiratory therapists. Like, come on, it's not like they're doctors, even though they're doing some things that doctors do. But it's like, come on, we all have the same skills. We all went to school for the same thing. We all took the same national test. Like, no. Tell me if you all would stay at a job like that. It's kind of boring. Like, no. I don't feel like that it was good. It wasn't advancing me at all. So, yeah, that's pretty much why I left my job. It's not really a long story. Basically, long story short, I didn't want to be on the floors doing all this basic stuff. I want to be more in a critical care unit, ICU, ER type stuff. And that's what I will be in Atlanta. I already talked to them. They do a lot in Atlanta. They start training you in the ER. That's where you're first trained. The lady told me, ER. And I'm pretty sure Atlanta ER is pretty intense. I mean, it's Atlanta. So, yeah. And I'm super excited to be in a city like Atlanta. Like, it's a vibe. So, yeah, I hope you all liked this video. I hope my head didn't go everywhere. I hope I made sense. I did make sense. I don't want to be on the floors. I didn't like being in Atlanta. That's why I left my job. And I'm not putting down that job in any way. Anybody that works at that job, I'm so happy for the people that I met there. I met a lot of good people that I still communicate with. But personally, for me, a bitch like me, young and doing it, I don't want to be there. Okay? So, yeah. Like and subscribe and do all that. And I hope you like this video. Bye.